Alright, so I guess I was wrong. Namco is not done balance patching this game. For those that missed it, Namco snuck up on us this past week and released another small balance patch. If you blinked, you might have missed it because they announced the patch something like 4 days before releasing it, so very quick turnaround. That said, this one thankfully doesn't have a lot in it, so we can go over each change individually, at least the substantial ones. For the most part though, the character-specific stuff wasn't really a huge deal. Alyssa, Claudio, Chloe, and Miguel just got bug fixes to moves, namely the wall push. Given that the wall push is a new mechanic, that's to be expected, so those aren't really balance changes in the typical sense of the word, and I'm sure more will get fixed in the future. Law got this same change to his wall push, but he also got a neat little change to his rage drive, which can now be performed from his DSS stance. If you don't know Law, the DSS stance is something he can cancel into from certain moves, so allowing him to do his rage drive from that stance opens up some cool combo paths. I am very unimaginative when it comes to combos, so sorry that you won't see anything super special here, and perhaps even more important than combos, doing the rage drive from stance is 4 frames faster, which pushes it into that borderline unseeable territory, and that gives him a bigger mix-up in stance. Granted, it's only when he has rage, but still very useful. King got a nice buff in that his running 3 is now +3 on block instead of 0. A lot of people assumed it was plus on block because of the big block animation, and 0 was still favorable for him, but now it's more of a legit pressure tool. Akuma got the reverse change, kind of. No change in the block frames on his running 3, but it does recover 3 frames slower. They also apparently fixed something with it that allowed him to get a free down 1 on some characters if it hit at the wall. Now Fang got pooped on a little bit. His back 1+2 shoulder now has a higher hitbox. According to their note, it seems they wanted to make it harder to hit grounded opponents. They specifically call out 2 circumstances after running 3 and even the shoulder itself where he could combo into the shoulder on some characters. But you may also notice in certain Oki situations where it may have hit someone moving around on the ground previously, it no longer will. Kenpo 3 is now -16 instead of -12, which is a big nerf, and Kenpo 2 was changed so that it can be backrolled on hit. The idea here is obviously that if you want to go for the safer Kenpo 2, your reward will be a lot less, and if you want the big damage of Kenpo 3, you'll have to accept more risk. And then the last character change, Armor King's Rage Drive now sucks the opponent in a bit more than it used to. If you don't know AK, his Rage Drive creates a situation where grabs cannot be broken. Previously, even at range 0, unless a wall was involved, Tombstone and Giant Swing would miss unless you did a micro dash beforehand. Now it's far more reliable when you're close. If it lands at range, you still need that micro dash, but it's a solid quality of life change. And then the last actual change isn't character specific. The patch note itself is a little cryptic since it simply says that the homing performance of tech rolls at the wall are improved. They specifically call out that they fixed an issue where your opponent could get a crossover attack. Now at first, everyone naturally assumed by reading that crossovers were gone, but that's not the case. Many old ones are still there, or they require some slight modification to get work. However, there actually seem to be new ones now, like the King's getting a much easier burning knuckle setup. I'm still testing, but it seems every character probably also has a generic jump move setup like before, but it simply requires a different wall angle now. But I've already seen some nasty vids on Twitter and such, so I wonder if they revisit this because some of these don't seem intended. And you can expect some short vids demonstrating that on this channel too. And I expect more fixes to wall pushes. But that's it. It's a small patch, but it seems to indicate they're still willing to make balance changes, so we might be getting more down the line. Anyway, stay safe everyone, and we'll catch you next time.